I've only just come across the acronym TWaT, TWAT. It means working on a Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And I think, if you can do that, great. But the allegation is being made that a lot of civil servants are working only on a Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And the Cabinet Office has sent out what it calls expectations to senior managers across the civil service to try to encourage people to work from the office rather more. Well, if you can get the same work done, surely you're measured on the quality of your work or the quantity of your work, not the location of your work. The location of your work is, in many ways, rather pointless. And if you're going to have quarrels with staff in the workplace, then maybe it's better to be working at home. And certainly, the few times that I've worked in offices, I've always found the work rate slows down rather than speeds up in that office environment. And as a teacher, I find routinely that work increases in a tutorial situation, even if I'm teaching 30 or 40 children in a Zoom class. The amount of work that we can cover is significantly greater than the amount of work that I can cover in a traditional classroom. And I think my students tend to retain the information that they've been taught, and they feel much more comfortable giving back the information. I can mute people. I can embolden the quieter students. So when you're a teacher, there's always the few noddies in class who you get used to just nodding along, and actually they're not doing the work. You can focus on them in a Zoom class. I must say, Zoom isn't ideal. Zoom comes with its own problems. But if that is a parallel to working in an office, and I worked in offices, and I worked in businesses, and I must say that the work done on my own and the work done by other people, and when I've been in charge of that, delegating to people working at home has always been so much more efficacious. So the Paymaster General, Jeremy Quinn, apparently is planning to limit civil servants to just working 1 day a week from home. And there's a graph that shows that the bottom 5 office occupancy ministries are Work and Pensions, are we surprised? The Wales Office, HMRC, Home Office, and the Foreign Office. The Cabinet Office, the Defence Office, these people tend to be working in the office. International Trade, in the office. Scotland Office, in the office. And Health, in the office, oddly. Now, it doesn't mean that simply because HMRC is useless and the Home Office is useless, that it's because they're working from home. But that is the conclusion which is being drawn. I think these two things are independent problems. Now, what do you get by working in the office that you don't get by working at home? Well, you get an element of camaraderie. I suppose there is an option for people to be called in to do extra things on the spur of a moment, but you can do that. You can do that through the internet. You can do that while someone is working at home as well. Meetings possibly are an option, but meetings, in my experience, slow down work. Meetings are a negative, and if you can reduce your meetings to taking place only when you are in the workspace, only over 3 days, that seems to me to be very good time management. If I were working in the civil service, I would reduce my days in the office to 1 day a week, I think, and simply use that day for meetings. But there we are. It's a Rees Mogg initiative, really. Even though Rees Mogg is no longer in the office, Rees Mogg is in the film studio, the television studio, in GB News, and soon you're going to have to pay simply to switch him on. I'm not going to be paying to switch him on. I would pay to switch him off. So TWaT, the new acronym to describe people who work only on a Tuesday, Wednesday, and a Thursday. And Iain Duncan Smith, for example, has said that he doesn't think that it's possible to run businesses like that. The civil service certainly can't run like that. Well, it's been running like that since at least the COVID outbreak. Flexi time, allowing people to do away with Fridays. Now, the problem with taking your free time, your time at home, on a Monday and a Friday is what effectively you've got is this enormous weekend, and that probably is an invitation to indolence or caravanning. If I were managing an office, I would put people's flexi time into the middle of the week, possibly, to avoid that. But, oh, for goodness sake, let people work from home. A happy workforce is a productive workforce.